This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Brandon Andrus Green.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Some people talk about compassion. Others load up meals and take it straight to the streets. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Larry Corneilson, with Share a Meal. Larry, how's it going?
Fine, sir. Fine. Thank you for having me on your show. This is an interesting thing to be doing. I've never done it, and this is awesome. Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited to learn all about you and your outreach work and the impact of Share a Meal in Tulsa. Will you tell us a little bit about Share a Meal and how you and your partners serve the homeless community here in our area?
Well, Share a Meal got started about 3.5 years ago when a man that I barely knew gave me the truck that I do this ministry out of. It was just out of the blue. I don't know, Brandon. I am on an outreach right now. If I got out, could your audience see my truck?
Yes, sir. You want to show us real quick?
Yeah, let me give them a good view of this truck, and they're going to get an idea of what's going on. Okay. There's this.
Yeah, it looks like it's a box truck.
Yes, sir. It is an old U-Haul. See that?
Gorgeous. Yeah, it says Share a Meal, Tulsa Community Outreach. Beautiful wrap around that.
That is, you wouldn't believe how surprised I was, Brandon, when this man just out of the blue gave me this truck for nothing, totally free. So now, when this truck rolls up, people take notice. They know what it is because I go all over Tulsa. They know what it is, and they come up to me, and I do what I do, which is give out bags of food. Beautiful thing.
And so you said you're on an outreach right now. What are you guys doing?
Well, we brought out 35 bags there's a laundromat in Tulsa on South Peoria, 63rd and South Peoria. And there are just, various, their neighborhood behind there, very poor neighborhood, very poor area. We always have the opportunity out here to be able to pray and encourage anybody who comes up wanting a bag of food from us. We don't discriminate. Whoever wants it, gets it. And what we do is we just pray over each bag and just encourage everybody and give them a good word, tell them that the good Lord loves them. And that's that. It doesn't take very long. Sometimes we bring 50, sometimes we bring 75. Today we just brought 35 because of this broadcast. And we are almost out of bags already. We've only been here since about 1:20. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's a wonderful thing. Yeah. It's let me tell you, I love it. I just love it, and I can't tell you the years I've been doing this, not once have I wanted to not do it. Yeah. It's just a wonderful thing.
So I'm interested, how did you get into this work in the first place? Were you doing this prior to the truck being donated to you?
Yes, it's very interesting how I did that. Back in 2020, about the end of 2020, I felt the call by the Lord to get out and tell people, get out and let them know that He's there and that He wants to be a part of their lives. And I tried to figure out a good way to do that. So I don't know if any of your listeners have ever heard of Chick cartoon tracts. They're just cartoons about the Lord and various things. But I would take one of those tracts and $3, and I would give it to people out on the street. Ask them, okay, promise me you'll read this. So I started doing that. And then I met a couple at Flying J who was living out of their SUV. And I helped them, got them a hotel. And they are the ones who got me started because they actually helped the homeless. And it gave me and my wife the idea to go out and do this. So we started putting small amounts of food in bags and handing them out. And the rest is history.
Wow. Yeah, the rest is history. What would you say is a common misconception people often have about homelessness and the outreach programs like Share a Meal?
Well, a misconception is that these people are, I don't know the right words to say. People are fearful of them. They think that if they approach them, something may happen. But most of these people, in fact, I would say 99.9% of the people we help are great people. They're very friendly. They just have problems in life like the rest of us. Some of their problems may be more severe than others, but they're all human just like us. The misconception, I guess, is they're out on the street. Don't touch them. Don't be afraid of them. You know what I mean? Kind of like the untouchables in India.
Right. So would you say that there is a certain type of community within the homeless community that you really like to target, or how are you finding these people? Do you have like a set schedule or a route?
Well, okay. Tuesdays and Thursdays is always the day that we go out on outreach. That's a given. Usually about 1:30, 2 o'clock. The guys who go out with me, we get together and we decide where we're going to go. We do have set areas that we visit. We'll go to like parks, hotels, laundromats where we're at, and just anywhere where we see people congregating. Empty parking lot. Sometimes there's a spot in Nathan Utica that we use. Empty parking lot. We just park there and they just come by. When they see this truck, Brandon, this truck is a big part of it. When they see this truck, they know that we've got food. I hope that answered your question.
Totally. And how are you able to support this ministry? Are you and your wife also working on the side, or how does that work?
Well, I'm retired. My wife is on disability. I pay for this ministry mostly myself. I do work a little bit, and that's how we pay for it. I do have, I do have a donor who buys me gas every Tuesday, which is awesome. And then my cousin gives me $50 every month as a donation. So I have a very small amount of people who help me, but most of it is done by myself.
And are a lot of these repeat individuals that you're taking care of, or is it always new?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, are a lot of these the same people over and over again that you're blessing, or is it often brand new people each time?
Well, I see both. Okay. It's always a mix. We do see the same people over and over again, yes. Everywhere we go, there is always a group that we get to disciple again. But there is also always a group that we've brand new. We've ran into several people just over the years. They're traveling. I'm sure most of your listeners know that a lot of these people will travel from city to city. So I get to meet the new and the old, so to speak. And either way, it's great. It's great.
Have you found that it's hard to earn the trust of those individuals, these houseless individuals that are living among the highways and byways, or are they pretty excited to see you and trust instantly the second you show up with your truck?
Well, there's the big part of that again, Brandon, in your question. Yes. I'm sure that if I didn't have this truck, and I just rolled up in my pickup like I used to do, there would be a certain amount of mistrust because we don't know who you are. But this truck garners trust just simply because of what it is. Okay, and it's almost it's a rolling church. Okay, that's what it is, rolling church, and it is not hard to gain the trust of people when they see this, and once they meet us too.
Yeah, that truck's sure been a blessing, just like you guys. So
Yes, yes.
is there anything that you've learned that you would love to share with our listeners, particularly from being the hands and feet, actually taking care of these individuals day after day?
Well, I've learned that often there is a group, well, I've learned that there are groups out here. We have the mentally ill, we have the addicted, we have the people, not very many, who want to be out here. And then we have the people, because of whatever circumstance they are out here trying to survive. I've learned that I've learned that there's a lot of could be a lot of judgmental people about that, and I've just learned that there's a lot of different people out here and they all need the same thing, a helping hand. That's the biggest thing. And of course, we don't give out money, only food, because a lot of them will use that money for different purposes. I have learned that also. I would say to your listeners, if any of them would like to do something like this, to pack a little bag of food and keep it in their car, and when they see somebody on the side of the road with a sign, give them a little bag of food. That's the biggest thing I've learned from this.
So I've heard mixed reports from people. What's your view on actually handing out cash to those individuals that you see next to the stop signs and the stop lights with their signs? What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, there's that thought to me is I used to do that. I used to do that until I saw a guy that I gave the $3 to go into a liquor store. Okay, right away. That stopped me in my tracks. That and the Holy Spirit inside me told me, don't do this anymore. Give them food. Everybody's got to eat, Brandon. Everybody's got to eat. But the money you give them, you don't know where that's going. Now, of course, a lot of these guys, they do need to eat, they might go buy a hamburger or something like that. But this is only my experience when I saw the man go into the liquor store. That just, I would say, only if the people are led strongly to give them something in cash. But other than that, I would just give out food.
And I'm sure you come across some pretty rough scenarios. I'm sure the need out there is great. I'm sure sometimes it can feel very heavy and daunting with this work that you're carrying. So what does Larry do for fun outside of ministry?
Well, I go to church, buddy. I worship the Lord. I read. I keep up with the news. I'm a news hound, and I just generally take it easy. And I volunteer at Bridging. Well, I don't volunteer anymore. I do work for Rod a little bit, but I volunteered with him at Bridging Hunger. I'm there 3 days a week, and I get to participate in that, and that is what I do for fun there.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun
Yes.
to give. So
Yes.
what's one thing you want our listeners to remember about the needs of the homeless community and how share a meal helps?
Well, the needs of the community are I think it's all economic, Brandon. I think the bottom line is most of these people don't have the resources to get off the street. Imagine what it takes to get into even a rent home or something like that. Deposits for electric, deposits for water, et cetera, et cetera. And then you've got to be trustworthy. And, even if they had the money, you can't always get into a place, and then, the bottom line is you got to have money to live, and a lot of people just don't have the money to live, or they don't have enough. And that's where I come in to help them out at least a little bit. There's enough food in these bags to feed them for a day. Okay. If they eat it. Now, of course, everybody's likes and dislikes, but there's enough in there for that. I hope that answered your question.
Totally. And how can our listeners learn more about Share a Meal and get involved in supporting your outreach efforts?
Well, I have a Facebook page, Larry Corneilson, and I post on there from time to time about what I'm doing out here on the street. They can learn that from there. Just follow Larry Corneilson, Cornelison. And I don't know, that's about all. As far as, can I mention donating? Is that okay?
Totally. 100%.
If they feel like they'd like to donate, I do have a GoFundMe account set up under Share a Meal. And then I do have a Cash App that's under Dean Corneilson. That's all together. DeanCornelison. And there you go. But the good thing is, even though I don't take in a lot of money, Brandon, I'm always out. The Lord always brings what I need.
Yeah, he's faithful. Well, Larry, I really appreciate you being on this show. We wish you and Share a Meal the best moving forward.
Thank you. And I wish you the best moving forward. I appreciate you doing this for me, and I am going to keep tabs on you. I'm going to follow you.
Thank you.
So peace.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnptulsa.com. That's gnptulsa.com. Or call 918-301-6356.